Hello, everybody. My name is Duhad, and we're going to be playing the Skull Brothers, Bone Brothers.
That sounds like an awful porno.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay. I am your host, Duhad.
No, that's when you say Belial.
Oh, I'm your host, Belial. I apologize. I'm your host, Belial. I'm coming to you live and loud from the beautiful state of Seattle, Washington, which is not
That's
a state.
the
state of
The
Seattle.
Washington is the city,
Yeah.
and Seattle is the.
I know.
state.
I'm already fucking up. Anyway, so real quick,
I
a few.
corrected you wrong, and you just accepted it. I love it.
I don't even know. Anyway, so a few quick notes, real fast, before we get into the season finale of Skullgirls 2. We are recording this on April 15th, which is my birthday, so that's fun. And two,
Yay.
as went up with the independent video related to this very topic, I have finally released Low Gravity, the role-playing game I've been working on for the last couple of months for early access for patrons. So if you're interested in a very, very, very inexpensive but hopefully at least reasonably well-done role-playing game, check that out. It'll be updated monthly.
Yeah,
I think
it won't look as nice as the final actual product, but at least you'll have the stuff.
Yeah, it's in a very rough state. It definitely needs a lot. It needs some work on a couple of the systems. It needs a ton of reorganizing, and it's missing a bunch of art that will eventually hopefully be in there. But early access role-playing game, it's fun. And like $1, so...
Fun.
Now, we pick up with Skullgirls 2,
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. We left off where last we left our heroes. You had found out that Patricia and Marie had run off towards the palace for unknown reasons.
Thanks for the drama point of the plot twist, Zombie Cam.
That was maybe related to it. I'm not saying whether or not that was something that Zombie had called into play.
It wasn't.
Are they also secretly zombies' relatives? Like, is this something we're also going to figure out?
No.
That would be stupid.
Zombie has requested a drama point be used to make a slight alteration to the story, but I've also made a few alterations to accommodate that, as well as a few additional little bits just to make this all a bit more spicy. So this is going to be a fun finale. But yes, so when last we left off, you had sent off most of the new unit, as well as Koss, Sign, and Squiggly, to find refuge in the Chess Kingdom until all this blows over.
Nice.
And you had managed to get the... you'd found out from the Heidi Hole bartender speakeasy that... the kids that had been left in her care had somehow managed to disappear and run off towards the direction of the palace, which actually you found out about the palace via two of the other, like I think it was Morath's character and someone else both managed to succeed on rolls to figure out, Zombie's character both succeeded on rolls to find out where they'd gone through both mystical and practical means. You also have been hearing reports up until this point, that the Skullgirl, who had previously been Hippo, the cook,
The
half-Geigen cook, who had worked for Renee,
who I helped so much.
yeah, of course you
Wink,
did,
wink. Nudge, nudge.
was heading in the direction of the palace. Oh my god! Oh no!
Thanks, plot convenience.
Well, it's it's kind of like par for goal. Like, it's not really plot convenience; it's just plot.
Wink.
Plot convenience would be like if like you guys just happened to be there already, and it was like, oh my god, the Skullgirl just showed up at your offices. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Wow, how convenient.
Yeah. But anyway, so you guys, I assume you guys like left off saying that you were going to head to the palace, but is there anything else you want to do before you do that?
No.
Who's
I don't.
Who's staying behind?
As I said, everyone like Sign, Koss, Squiggly, and all of the troops are, like, the new unit troops are heading off to find refuge in the Chess Kingdom.
Okay.
They did, like, ask for Doc to like, join them when they got out there, but you said you had, like, you know, something to do.
Well, yeah, didn't they ask Laura to do it too?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, I don't know.
They also asked Laura, like, when they were before they even left the building, like, to come with them.
Yeah.
But Laura was like, also,
I have unfinished business.
yeah. So yeah, I'm just being specific. Like, yeah. So just filling you in on what had happened before. And as I said, is there anything else you guys want to do?
Well, gang mobilization might be a good idea. Just a thought. Like, we're about to go into a fight with a giant supernatural creature. It'd be nice to be able to distract it with, you know, bullets. You know?
I have 2 revolvers.
You know, I mean, mobilizing the gang that Laura started.
Most of them left.
Yeah, most of them evacuated.
Yeah, that truck full of people that just rolled out of the new unit was the gang.
Yeah, majority of them have already evacuated.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, they do have some of the army at the palace anyway, so that should be...
Yeah, no, like, they still have whatever's left that you didn't poison already.
How long is it going to be out, by the way?
Well, they're sedated, and they'll be sedated for the next couple of hours. Basically, they're out for the rest of the, you know, campaign, unless,
which water supply did we taint? I thought we were doing, like, a mobile one in the back of a truck.
Yes,
not the city water.
You poisoned, like, the 2 massive trucks that were feeding the army that had been, like, sent to take care of, like, the heavily fortified compound that the new unit was set up in. Like, basically, you took out, like, the majority of, like, the forces within the city, which had been pooled together to try to stop the, like, citywide rioting at its core.
That's fine. They've still probably got, like, an Imperial Guard.
No. Oh, like, I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm just saying, like, oh
god, does that mean the, like, a good black egrets?
Yeah, the egrets are still largely mobilized at the palace, but basically, for anyone who's basically, you took out the like, the forces, like, the military force within the city, but, like, the palace guards are still fine. Like, the Imperial Fists are down, but the Adeptus Custodes are still up.
It's fine.
By the way, am I awake or am I still asleep?
You're awake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make
Also,
sure.
by the way, Duhad, you are butchering those names.
I am sure I am.
Butchering whose names?
The Adeptus Custodes.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm bad at names. Anyway, but yeah, no, like, we're going to say that, like, Doc revived you from the poisoning that you were, you know, smid to.
That he got.
You have the plot armor perk, which allows you to have armor from things like that.
Keep picking apart my story. If you prefer, I can leave Winter completely immobilized for the rest of the campaign.
Winter, write a new character right now, just so you can.
Just send me speakeasy sheet.
Oh God.
No.
So assuming
Anyway,
that we're not going
I
to
am
keep
slightly
my character.
No,
terrified of
we're not.
speakeasy.
I'm sorry. We're not gonna.
Please don't make.
Don't punish us, Almighty GM Master.
Okay, no, seriously though, yeah, you guys have essentially, like, mobilized as much as you can of what you have left, which is mostly you guys plus the weapons that you have rearmed with back at the safe house. You still have your armored vehicle, though realistically it's mostly just transportation at this point.
Yeah, it was made against bullets, not magic.
Yeah.
By the way, can I grab a grenade from?
Oh yeah, you can grab some grenades. Like, there are
Yeah,
plenty of grenades
I'm
around.
just gonna grab a stack of.
Notice quite a large number of them are gone. It's almost as if people took them already.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of grenades are missing. You imagine the new unit probably has been like stripping like bodies, unconscious people of useful gear for the trip across the Badlands and No Man's Land.
So how many grenades can I take?
You can arm up. Fuck. Roll me a. Do you have good luck? Or bad luck?
Neither.
Okay, in that case, roll me.
How many grenades do you feel comfortable taking?
Roll me notice plus perception.
8.
Yeah, you find nothing usable. It looks like everyone's been like.
I'll make the same. I'll make the same roll.
I'm just going to say that, basically, because of that roll, you look around and there's just, everything's been picked clean already by the rest of the new unit.
There's just, empty crates everywhere.
What assholes? They're not staying to fight the giant skull monster thing.
No, but they are going to, they're going out into, the zombie apocalypse wasteland that is that's supposed to become No Man's Land in order to cross into a fortified, nation at war with the people that, with the nation that they are coming from. So, they're basically crossing a World War I battlefield covered with, supernatural skeletons raised by the Skullgirl in order to enter, Germany as Brits.
But they had to take the grenades. God damn it, I was going to be creative.
They're loading up for bear.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Germany has won World War I.
Actually,
good end.
Technically,
good end.
Technically, the Campy Kingdom is kind of more inspired by Germany than the Chess Kingdom, from what we've seen.
Shit. Well, we have France though. It's
True.
France.
Yeah, Franco-Germany, basically.
I'm surprised Germany had. Oh wait, no. Okay, I guess if there was a Germany, it would have invaded already and won.
Yeah. No, anyway, so where were we? Oh yeah,
Hold on.
Go
Let's
ahead.
do some role playing.
Probably be a good thing to do.
I'm completely drawing a blank right now, and I'm sorry about that. Winter, what was your character's name again?
Renee.
Renee, that's right. I was thinking Finney. I was like, that's not right.
Close. It's fine.
Renee, are you looking for something?
Yes, I thought since tennis balls are similar in shape and size to grenades, if I use grenades, that would be a little bit more effective.
I don't know what kind of grenades you guys are using, but or what kind of tennis balls, for that matter.
Oh my god! Let's hope your serve is faster than.
How hard does your tennis racket hit things, Renee?
Well, I did shoot Squiggly 50 feet at one before I really even got to know you, so that should help.
Didn't help her.
It did help her.
You might be able.
How much is your DPS value? No.
if you hit the back end of a bullet, you may be able to fire a bullet.
Are you saying for her to hit with her net a bullet?
Yeah.
And to
She needs to be a
hit?
great tennis player. Or, here, use this steel ball that has been passed down through my family for generations.
Oh, God.
Fuck off.
Damn it.
Fuck off. It's so dumb.
Let me teach you.
Let me teach
Technique.
you the way of. I call it the rotating.
The rotation.
No, it's the rotating.
Oh yeah, the rotation.
It's so that we can
You can master the
Avoid
spiral.
copyright.
spur it.
You spiral
And
it.
yeah.
Using
You
the
Yeah,
using the golden
No.
triangle.
the golden triangle.
Yep.
This is
The big square.
still
Anyway.
in Gurren Logon territory.
No, it's
No,
not
it's the
even.
JoJo territory.
Anyway.
Well, no, but when you changed it to spiral, it's
Row,
like-
find the power.
Okay, so anyway.
Winter, this is the tennis ball that will pierce the heavens.
Son of a bitch. All right, well, are you ready to ask the Skullgirl if she knows who the hell you are?
You have to drive there, don't you?
Which is my indication of like, are you guys going to continue?
We're gonna.
I'm gonna be.
How do we plan?
I'm going to
on
be
following
hooking the essentially just like, you know, getting the car ready and actually wait, no, there was an army here. I'm gonna find a fucking tank.
There is not a tank.
The only tank was attached to one of the soldiers.
No, like there's like artillery pieces.
I was talking about that one black eater that's huge and has a tank latched onto his arm.
What the fuck was his name? Like Panzerfaust or?
Yeah, it's Panzerfaust.
That sounds.
Yeah, no.
He literally has a tank fist.
Yeah, no, Panzerfaust isn't here. But no, they're like artillery pieces. Like they weren't planning on like.
Watch Panzerfaust be at the.
How big are these artillery pieces?
Yeah, but
is there an armored transport person?
Yeah,
or an armored personnel carrier?
Yeah, there's an APV. Like keep in mind, this is like World War I era tech, so it's like not like a big modern day like thing. It's like more like a big square truck with armor plates.
Yeah, with a machine gun, doesn't it? Like they didn't have much of a like. They didn't have like basically a rocket launcher attached to a. Set of wheels.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around the group. Who here knows how to shoot?
Well, Doc suggested that I could shoot using my racket. Like
I mean, like actual functional arms. Laura.
Speaking of arms,
yeah, Laura like cocks her giant gun arm.
It's like it's like. Why don't you take the gun and I'll bring us in.
All right. Good thing you're lucky I can do this one-handed.
Yeah.
Looks at camera.
Wink.
God.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
I usually that's not usually what I say that about, but.
Alonso, while you're saying this though, Doc, the question that you asked, how do you plan to get in? Was it?
Oh no, how do we plan to get there? Which has been answered by an armored transport.
Fair enough.
Does this armored transport have
and your driver, who you guys inexplicably let drive without eyes?
He's done it enough times now.
Laura's seen weirder things. I don't think she cares.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speakeasy, who's actually still here, is like, boss, what do you want me to do?
Well,
You need backup, but you want me to go and catch up with the rest of the team?
I think you should make sure to. I think you should be there just in case you need to. Quickly pick up a couple of kids on the way out.
Yeah, I get you, boss. She like rips the.
But after you get them, or if Trinity forbid they don't make it, get out there as quickly as possible and with the rest of them.
Yeah, you got it, boss. She goes back into the thing, like opens the door and like takes the double barrel shotgun off of the like door trap. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, shop's closed.
So how big is this armored transport? Is it going to be big enough for us plus an artillery shell?
Probably not.
Because the artillery shells aren't that huge, but it would be unbelievably dangerous. Because you'd be carrying around live ammunition that's explosive.
One last thing, Speakeasy. When you're on your way out, set this place ablaze for me?
She nods and just like pulls out a packet of cigarettes, like a packet of like matches. Yeah, like just has on hand.
Just knocks off the the fucking like taps. You just like break those, and then alcohol starts getting everywhere.
Yeah, no, like she like takes like a bottle of whiskey and just pours it out over the bar top. Like smashes a couple of balls to get like nice and flammable, and then tosses in a match.
While this is happening, Renee
I realize that most of you are leaving after this, but you guys should really consider that there are people that have to live here, and you're committing arson in the middle of a war zone. Anyway.
Speaking, he just shrugs.
Shall we?
Once Renee has loaded in an artillery shell, she gets in.
At that, Fate's gonna be just like, what the, like the what the fuck face.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't have eyes, so he has to do like it with his hands. Just has to like gesticulate, and he's like, oh, whatever the fuck, and then he gets in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me of what is it? World's End last night.
Yeah.
The guy when his head gets chopped in half, basically.
Yes.
He's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck does WTF mean? But so you all like clamber into this car. Doc, what potions do you have on hand for this? Like going into the confrontation.
I just have one.
Okay.
Is that all? That's all that's necessary.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Oh,
is it a sleeping potion, like the one that you crafted?
Well, are we doing? Hold on. Are we doing the magic, or are we doing alchemy?
You're doing the alchemy.
We change every session.
Oh god, sorry. Whatever.
In that case,
use whatever you.
In that case, I'm gonna make this fucking potion count.
Okay.
Screw 34. I'm gonna go to 60.
Okay, fair enough. That's totally fair.
Oh god, this is gonna be a big potion, big swole potion.
Yeah, so like he's like, so Doc doesn't so much have like a little bottle or like even like a big round.
No, it's tiny.
Oh, it's okay.
It's like a teardrop.
Okay, so it's like a teardrop, but like it's glowing. Like it is so fucking like charged with magic / science that it like as you put it in your pocket, like every time you open your pocket a little bit to like look in at it, it's just like a beam of light comes out of it.
Yep. Also, Tabitha
it's so reactive. It makes a weird like ha noise every single time it's revealed too.
Tabitha visibly retracts away from whichever side Doc is sitting on.
Fair enough. Yeah, so as you like trundle up like the roadways, which are just completely deserted at this point.
What type of gun would we say is in the tank?
Oh, balls.
Would
it be a machine gun?
A light machine gun.
It would be like an LM. It would be one of the LMG options.
Nice, I can use my machine gun skill.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that. Like I'll actually like open up. I'll open up the book for the weapons. I wasn't thinking I'd have to look up like.
I'm so glad Laura has like so many gun skills. It's so good. She's like all around got so many guns.
Submachine gun or.
No, submachine gun is tiny.
Yeah, like a light machine gun.
A light machine gun, a D8 times 4, according to Conspiracy X.
That'll do, Pig. That'll do. I'm actually just. I decided to also open up the World War II supplement for All Flesh, just so that I'd have like a bigger list of like period accurate guns.
It contains 200 bullets.
Let me pull out my D8.
This probably would have its own ammunition thing, like belts.
Yeah, it has like it's belt fed. It kind of goes into the truck itself. But yeah, you guys are you got your thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is probably no danger of running out of ammunition before the car gets destroyed.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, again, your guys are kind of like as you like roll in to the thing, you actually see the palace like has been heavily barricaded, and yet like those barricades have been rent asunder by something. Like there are no bodies that you can see, but you know, so I'm gonna assume that you guys kind of know enough about the Skullgirl to realize that that's probably not a good sign. Like that doesn't mean that no one's died; it just means that no one's died who's not gotten back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a fucking powerful thing.
Yeah,
It's a Skullgirl.
I fought a Skullgirl before.
Well,
so yeah, as
What I'm saying is it's stronger than that one.
that doesn't sound like a good thing.
Okay, I actually have rules for an APB of this time. So yeah, as you guys like roll up there, you actually do see like a few people like as you get closer, like a few people kind of crawl out of the woodwork. But like they look shell shocked and like in no like fit state to fight anyone. Like it looks like these are the people who like ran rather than stood and fight and died like their comrades. A number of the like people here are dressed in the black egret uniform, but most of the rest are like staff and other people. Like some of them are armed, but it looks like they're kind of more like a latch ditch militia rather than a trained armed force.
Mm.
Should we motion to get them to leave?
Yeah, obviously you can do that.
Alright.
So yeah, like when you motion for them to leave, it doesn't take much for them to you know, start like hobbling away. But yeah, it's bad. Like whatever happened here looks really fucking bad.
Yeah. And this is why this world can't have nice things.
Well, there are a lot more reasons than just this.
Than just like something that can terrify this many soldiers so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, as you as you roll up, you do see that the like the front doors of the palace have been rent asunder as well, and the like as you park, the sounds of battle from deeper within like echo out.
I have a question. How does rocket jumping work?
In this setting, fuck, I'll have you make a roll, and if you
You can
succeed,
just jump onto my racket and get shut up, like.
Yeah, but that's not as cool.
I'd have you make a roll, and like assuming you succeeded, you'd launch yourself into the air without like hurting yourself too badly.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You just lose your legs.
Oh, that's fine. That's actually
Who needs some?
that's fine. I don't care.
You should just get them replaced.
Yeah.
With guns.
Jesus.
Just walk with guns.
I am more powerful than you could ever imagine. I am the gun.
Giga gun morphing.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you approach
Where did she come from? Where did she go? Where did she come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Oh my god, there's her legs! Where the fuck did she go now?
Anyway.
Sorry.
So as you guys approach the palace, you hear the sounds of gunfire and combat from inside. What do you do?
We turn around and never look
No,
back.
fuck that.
Now is that
Let's go murder ourselves. Let's go murder ourselves, and obviously not Housebroken Geigen.
Hey, I trained her well. Not housebroken. How dare you?
Look at this place.
Laura
Look
just lets
at
out a
this
big,
place.
huge fucking sigh.
But that's not her fault. That is the fault of the Skull Heart.
Oh my god. The sooner this is over,
All Geigans are the same.
All right, racist grandpa, let's go.
I'm just carrying my artillery shell. Like, I'm just lugging this artillery
That
shell.
thing weighs
inside.
4 of you. Like, carrying an artillery shell is not exactly how that goes.
Yeah, she's lugging it.
Okay, so yeah, like she's like lugging around this giant fucking let's call it a Lordy, what the fuck am I gonna call this stupid thing? Let's say that you're carrying around a medium artillery shell, which
20 millimeter would be appropriate size.
Well, and I'm looking at like the era specific ones. So we're gonna say that you're carrying around a let's say you're carrying around a 50 millimeter shell. Thing weighs a pretty penny.
Now I'm just imagining her being able to carry it by basically walking forward and then bouncing it off of her racket and then walking forward and bouncing it again.
If you want to try and do that, you can, but I guarantee you it will end badly.
And sportsrolls.jpg.
Yeah,
like,
no.
yeah, fuck up once and you will die.
How heavy is it actually?
Yes.
Like in pounds?
Hold on.
Oh no, a 50 millimeter shell isn't that. Well, they're actually pretty small.
Oh no, I mean
land-based artillery and sea-based artillery are
yeah,
two
sorry, no,
different
I
things.
meant to say this would be a. Hold on, for
80 tons.
All right. Here. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Here we go. So this would be a heavy artillery. Okay, yeah. So like this is like a World War II thing. So it actually would be, but this is like a driven tank. So this would be like basically a 120 millimeter like cannon shell.
How much does it weigh?
Basically it. Probably about like 30-40 pounds. Like it's not like insanely heavy, but it's like this is about as this is about as large as your like torso. Like you're carrying around something about torso sized.
Yeah, then I'm just like holding it.
Yeah, you're like waddling forward as you carry it. Yeah.
No.
I have a plan. Don't worry, guys.
You're telling me not to worry about your plan?
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway,
just make sure I'm in another room when you decide to pull it off.
Fade, I feel like this is going to end very badly for all of us.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know why you're coming on the suicide mission with me.
Oh no, I dropped.
Oh, welcome back, Zombie. You seem to be back now.
Sorry, I missed like 3 seconds of stuff.
Oh, it was nothing.
It's fine. We heard you speak.
Yeah. So you said like to Faye that this is a suicide mission.
Yeah, I said this feels like it's going to go very poorly or something like that.
And then Laura literally just said, "Yeah, this is a suicide mission."
You gotta bring the big guns.
Hopefully the protagonists did all their loyalty missions.
I just figured out what the protagonist was. Because for none of you, no one lives.
None of you are good guys. What are you talking about?
I hand Fade a biscuit.
Oh no.
Son of a bitch.
Oh no.
Son of a bitch.
If you are in grave danger, eat this, and you will be saved.
Alright. Good to know.
That's slightly better than what I was thinking would come of that, but
What did you think would come of that?
if you're in any real danger, throw this. Geikins can't help themselves when it comes to biscuits.
You know how badly that would go?
Yes, I understand fully.
Knowing what that biscuit probably does.
I think I do now. But anyway, so yeah, as you guys
feed it to the Geigen. Do it, please.
Yeah, as you guys like venture further into the like through like the busted doors, you see that like a number of soldiers are like starting to like reorganize a defense like in front of you, but they're not facing in your direction. They're like seeming to be like setting up like a rear attack on something going further into the palace.
Tabitha at this point has extended all around my body, and there's a spear.
I shimmy up next to one of the soldiers.
Yeah.
And I say,
the soldier is shoulder.
yes,
first.
indeed.
Nah.
I'm a doctor. What is going on here?
Wait, you're a civilian? What are you doing here?
No, I'm a doctor.
He looks back and sees the rest of you and is like, wait, none of you can be here. This is a military operation.
Get the fuck
And
out of
such
the
a
way.
great job you're doing at it, too.
A number of the other soldiers turn to like face you guys, and a few of them are like have their weapons at like ready position.
Get the fuck out of the way.
You're going
Fate's
to
just
start
gonna continue
shooting
walking forward.
civilians now? The doctor says, backing down.
If you guys keep on like walking forward, they are going to start shooting.
I assure
Yeah, that's
you,
not gonna do
there is
anything to
much
me.
worse that'll happen to you if you don't fucking put your guns down.
Hey, guys. We just need to tell them one important thing. My father, Marshall, sent us here to help you guys.
Marshall who?
Marshall Kelly.
You're Marshall Kelly's daughter?
That is correct.
Alright, let her through. We'll deal with the others. If what she said was right, is true.
Yeah, they're coming with me.
Can't do that, miss.
And why?
This is a military operation. The king's life is in peril. We're not allowing civilians anywhere near the palace, like near the courtroom.
My father said to let them in. Are you going?
Your father is not here right now, and I don't have proof that you are actually his daughter.
All right, Fade.
She reaches
Lauren.
into her wallet and just pulls out the mask.
I'm just gonna walk through the line.
Okay, as you start doing that, everyone roll for initiative because they are going to now start trying to murder
I thought
you.
we were taking the tank in.
No, you can't drive.
Oh.
Like you have an armed vehicle
okay.
and it can't get into this building.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, and one of you is still carrying around an explosive device. So who's standing near Renee?
I'm not.
I'm not.
The rest of the soldiers.
Oh no, you are Graham Morath, because you're walking through them.
Yeah.
You were walking through them next to where Renee was just standing up in front to show them her badge.
You mean the non-existent badge that she
Yeah.
doesn't have because literally I poisoned her father.
Yes.
Like that's okay.
Oh no, I am aware. I'm just saying, like,
Hi.
Renee stood up here to try
I'm
and, like,
Phoenix Wright. Here's my badge.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
an
saying, like,
attorney.
I-
Let me through this war zone. I've
Yeah.
covered wars, you know.
So yeah, everyone roll initiative though.
I'm still standing quite a ways back.
Oh no,
and
I
my
know, no.
hands
Roll
above my
initiative
head.
just to figure out when your order is, but they are
Okay.
not necessarily as concerned with you because you are standing in the back holding your hands up and probably got throw yourself
Fast
on the
reaction
ground.
adds
I just wanna
3.
clarify.
It adds 3,
Yeah,
right?
that's 3. And wins the ties.
What is it that you add to?
You roll plus your dexterity.
Okay, so 14.
If you roll a 1, do you roll it again?
No, you don't.
Initiative.
This is just straight numbers. So we have.
I should have warned you. I'm going to. I want to see
Okay,
how bad
so
I can get.
Morath, do you have fast reaction time?
I do not. No.
Okay, zombie, roll me fast reaction time. I mean,
I
roll
did.
me.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Okay, so order goes Belial, Winter, Morath. Well, what did you roll?
I rolled a 14.
Yeah, okay, Morath, the soldiers, and finally, it is Zombie. So, top of the order, it is Belial. What are you going to do now that, like, they're not actually aiming at you or Zombie right now. They are primarily aiming at Fade and Renee.
Why are they aiming at me? I'm trying to show them a match. I'm like in my own.
Because you're standing right next to the person who just started trying to push through the ranks.
Okay.
How old is Parasol?
You're also carrying an artillery shell.
Parasol is like 18 right now.
Yeah.
So do you still have the vehicle like right there?
It's parked out front.
It's outside. Yeah.
Would it be within shot distance? Like if I were to get into it and fire it?
You could, but like trying to hit people like through a doorway and stuff with the machine gun would be a severe penalty.
Okay.
Like it would be a very difficult thing, but you could lay down covering fire with it. Which is primarily what
you realize I'm just gonna I don't want to actually kill these guys. I'm just going to make them unconscious.
I realize what you're going to try and do is like they're still going to try and murder you.
All right, I'll lay down covering fire then.
Okay. So you run back and get into the thing. It's going to take you a turn to kind of get the whole thing set up, but basically you're now like loading up this thing.
Yep.
Winter, what are you doing?
Renee jumps back.
If you like basically make yourself non-threatening, they will not attack you right now. Like,
yeah, Renee is moving back to place the shell in this place that it won't get shot at.
Okay, so you like stagger backwards and like drop to the ground with like your body covering the shell so it doesn't get shot.
Her racket covering the shell.
Okay, yeah. Morath, what are you going to do?
I'm essentially going to pick up I'm going to pick up a motherfucker and hit the next motherfucker with that motherfucker.
Okay. Roll for a melee, for a brawling.
Soldiers are there?
Roll brawling plus dexterity.
Enough.
Yeah, there's a fair few of them.
Okay.
21.
21. Okay, you beat him in brawling. So roll damage.
Which should be something like strength.
Strength plus a d4.
Yeah.
Sorry, strength times a d4.
Wait, how do the triggers of these guns in these work?
It's 15.
15? It's basically just pull down thing. You rolled 15 total damage?
Okay.
All right.
So so theoretically, once I start firing, I can wedge something in there and then get out, and it'll just continue to fire.
Yes, but this thing has such a heavy kickback that it would start firing straight in the air.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's like you guys are interfering with my duty, and I'm beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Okay. The next motherfucker is going to try to shoot you.
Okay.
Okay. So he definitely is going to hit with that unless you roll very, very successful dodge.
I'm not going to dodge.
Okay, fair enough. So he hit. So actually, they're all going to be shooting at you specifically.
He's soaking up the damage.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so that's a failure. So we're going to do this in two ways here. 3 of the people are going to hit you normally. One of them is going to hit you special. One of them rolled a lot of 10s.
How many? Can you give a rough estimate?
It was more than 5.
Don't ask for the GM.
Oh my god!
It was a fucking absurd roll. Like everyone else got like average to 1. Like 2 guys got 1s and missed horribly.
It turned out this one had fire rounds in them.
So the first one.
Gun explodes.
Yeah, no. Like it wasn't like it's not gonna be anything that crazy, but they're just going to hit a lot fucking harder, and I want to like do something special for them. So first one hits you for. Let's call these weapons that they're using that. So actually, they rolled that. So you are hit for, and you do reduce each one of these. But you reduce them individually. So this one hits you for 16. This one hits you for... And anything that goes through armor is doubled. Anything that goes through armor is doubled because it's a bullet.
Yeah, but my entire body is armor.
I know. Your body, basically, like what happens because of your resistance, you do all the damage and double it, then you reduce it by 1/5.
Yeah.
So you take 60...
My armor doesn't actually have a value, though.
I know, because you're not technically armor. You're taking all this damage, and then you're, like, soaking it. So...
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just going to do all this damage at once, and then I'll just tell you how much all 3 of the people who actually hit you do damage-wise. And then you can reduce that, because it's all going... Because it's basically all going to come out to about the same. So that's... 10 plus... 2 times... And then that, and okay, so 2, 18, April. All right, so times 2 equals. So you take 132 damage before the you reduce that by a fifth.
No, by 5.
By 5, yeah.
But yeah,
so
it only does
damage.
1/5 of damage.
Yes, you take 26 damage in total from those guys. But then there's one dude who hit you really fucking hard. And basically, so your entire body is completely covered, right?
Yes.
So what we'll say for this dude, because of their absurd success, is I'm not going to like add a shitload of extra damage, but I'm going to say that they actually have like a flame thrower. So flamethrower man hits you for B, but isn't doubled because it's a flamethrower, not a thing. So you take 16 unmodified.
Okay. I'm gonna do my intimidation roll.
Okay. You have to do that on your turn, though. Like, when it comes back around to your turn.
I thought you just did it normally. Like, as a reaction.
What, like, is this like a power you're trying to use, or are you just trying to be intimidating?
It's I soaked all that damage and now I'm holding my composure as if nothing happened.
No, you would roll that on your turn, because basically, like, in this turn you're getting shot with 1,000,000 people, and then next turn you basically decide, like, we decide whether or not you, like, shrug that all off, or you know, like, if you want to run or keep fighting or whatever, like, including trying to be a huge badass about it. So, now, someone who I didn't actually mention before is going to go. And, yeah. Actually, they're going to say something first before they do it. And they, like, as you start, like getting hit by all these bullets, you hear a feminine voice shout, "Stand down!"
Oh, God.
"This is your one and only chance." Do you respond at all, or?
And this is somebody... Are they talking to us?
They're talking to you specifically. They're talking to the group in general, but you specifically because you're the one currently attacking. And it's from within the soldiers' ranks.
Okay.
Do you respond at all, or are you just going to be like, smash as a response?
I'm going to, like, set my spear down in a ready but definitely not going to use it thing, and lurk is like, is somebody reasonable around?
So yeah, like as like the soldiers kind of like part slightly, that their guns are still trained on you, and you see that in the middle of them is a tall red-haired woman with a umbrella.
Oh, God.
Fucking pathetic little child.
Yeah, and it's like an 18-year-old girl, but she, like, has the bearing of a soldier, and, like, the way that she's holding this umbrella at you is rather intimidating.
Well, I would know if it was a living weapon.
You know it's a living weapon. And from the way, like, the pustules all over the umbrella are, like, moving and, like, glowing, you imagine it's using energy attacks.
One of those royal family weapons, then. All right. So, long story short, Skullgirl. I fight them. These people are in my way.
She sniffs. The Skullgirl is being taken care of by the black egrets. Your assistance
because they
is
did such a
unnecessary.
good job out front.
She glares at you. Don't tempt me to continue fighting.
You make the assumption that you make the assumption that the previous attacks did anything to me.
She like brandishes the umbrella
you can either
more and
accept
says,
my assistance.
"Oh no!" Before you say
way.
that, like after throwing out that challenge, she basically cocks the umbrella, and like several globules fly from it and land at your feet, and she says, "Like if you want to try me, keep talking."
Cry.
Fade's just gonna look down and is like, look, if you don't want my assistance, you probably, or our assistance, then you probably should have stopped it at the door. We're trying to help here, and all we're being met with is resistance.
She looks over all of you and, let's see here. Oh yeah, she notices Laura and her eyes which
but
were
isn't
already...
Laura in the tank?
Oh yeah, well she sees Laura out of the sticking out the top, manning the machine gun. Because you're on the machine gun now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she notices Laura and her eyes narrow to points, and she's like, "You're with the new unit."
Me? Not personally.
Your friend is. If you think that you're going into the palace with her...
Look, and you can arrest her afterwards, that's completely fine with me. I give no fucks. But we need to kill a thing.
My father is within the palace. If we just allow you to waltz in there, it would be child's play to assassinate him. Especially if you are members of the new unit.
The new unit no longer exists.
I've heard reports from the building. I know the siege failed.
Yes. And then the new unit ceased to exist. But look, your father is in the palace. I understand that's a concern, which is why, just saying, if you think you can take all of us, then why not just accompany us into the fight?
Yeah, she looks you up and down. I gotta save this fucking dice. I just rolled 2 additional 10s on it. Fucking Jesus.
Oh my god.
I rolled 2 10s and a fucking 9. This is the best I've ever rolled with a D10.
Jesus.
And this dice is usually unlucky. I don't know what the fuck is going on today.
But it's unlucky for me.
It really wants us to die.
Yeah, well, actually, luckily for you guys, this was a good roll for you. Because basically what happens is she looks you up and down, and I just rolled a, basically a perception plus smooth talking thing for her to, try and determine whether or not you were lying. And with that ludicrous success, she just kind of looks you up and down and then goes, "Fine." And, lowers the umbrella to, a slightly lower position. Some of you may recognize it as a lower, basically a standing ground fencing position. She's ready to swing back into action at any moment, but she's temporarily allowing you guys to make the first move.
Is she letting us through?
She's not so much letting you through as basically allowing you guys to state your case more fully.
Renee is going to pick up her artillery round.
Yeah.
Fade, by the way.
Parasol.
Laura!
I know who you are.
My name's Renee.
I think
deal.
I have no idea who you are.
The doctor slowly rises from behind some cover that he found. Are the guns away?
Well, they're not firing anymore. By the way, at this point, my character is completely healed.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wow. You still have those energy globules at your feet, though.
Yeah, like she has not removed those. She's leaving that as like an open like warning of like don't fuck with
don't want to destroy those.
Yeah.
The doctor looks around and looks over everyone because he's just gotten out from behind cover. He's like gathering his bearings, and then his eyes settle on Parasol, and he says, "Oh, Para."
Oh, Para. You cut out there for a second, Zombie. You said, "Oh, Para."
Oh, paramedic.
Paramedic.
Oh, paratrooper.
Oh, parakeet. Oh, there you go. All right, Zombie. Repeat that from the beginning.
Oh, parasocks.
Zombie, can you repeat that from the beginning? You cut out for
every time I talk. My internet drops.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's no good.
He rises up and he says, "Oh, Parasol," and he sort of starts huddling over in his elderly man way, with his arms outstretched. "It's so good to see you again, my dear."
She like kind of raises a little bit and raises an eyebrow at you. Do I know you?
Fencing.
No, I'm not a fencer. I'm an old man.
You know people.
What, my son that I haven't seen for...
And the people that you gave him to.
That was my wife. That was my wife.
She's like, "I'm sorry, old man."
You remember me? You remember me, of course. I've been your family's doctor for years.
Roll me a d10 plus.
This isn't a lie.
I know it's not a lie. I
spent
know.
so many points.
Okay, you actually put points. This you're using contacts here.
Contacts.
Oh
Okay, then yeah,
government. Resources 6. Status 4.
Okay, so
oh my God.
Yeah, so like you kind of like pull back your hood to reveal your mask. And she's like, "Wait. What was your character's actual name? Or like, did they just literally know him at the palace as Doctor?"
You are the doctor.
The Doctor? You're here? With these people?
And you know that man who was leading the charge at the other location? That was my father.
She looks you up and down. It's like, really? You
Yes.
I'm afraid I have no idea who you are.
Oh, you didn't talk about me.
Your father is a consummate professional. He doesn't talk about his family.
Yeah, I know.
Doctor, I'm glad to see you. We've had some casualties.
Of course, that's why I'm here.
Excellent.
He grabs her arm, not in like an aggressive way, in like a gentle way, and he starts like looking her over and in his weird doctor way.
Yeah,
in his pervy old man way, you mean?
He's a professional. He's the professional doctor. No, but like the soldiers are actually kind of like more visibly relaxing. Like they're still like at attention and still like ready, but like you can almost feel like the tension in the room draining as they let him out. As like the doctor like comes over and starts looking over Parasol, and Parasol like kind of sort of like allows herself to be examined, and lets Darengard completely around the rest of you. She says, "Listen, Doctor, there's been a problem though. We evacuated most of the staff when the first attack hit, and we lost most of our guard at the front gate. I've been leading the egrets in a counteroffensive, but before we could, hardly before we could actually, assemble more than a handful." She points to the 5 people around her. Well, you and yours showed up.
Where is your father?
He's deeper
is he
within.
safe?
I don't know. He's deeper within the palace. But, Doctor, the strangest thing happened as we were assembling and as the attack began.
What's that?
right after the entire front battalion were destroyed, 2 children entered the palace, following in the wake of the destruction. No one knows who they are.
2 damn kids.
How did they get?
They're good intentions. Shut up.
She looks at both of you and is like, "Wait, you know these children?"
Well,
Fate has some interesting ways of playing into our lives, Parasol.
what do you mean, interesting ways, mister? I'm secretly know everybody in existence because I'm older than dirt? Look, I'm older than... I thought I was the oldest person here, but with as many people as you've interacted with, I'm surprised that you weren't born in the era I was.
My father always told me it's better to live lively and die young. And he just sort of stops in the
middle.
Live lively and die young.
I did neither. I hated my father.
My father was a crazy kook. Can you believe that?
Oh shit, you just reminded me, Duhad. He did hate his father. I completely forgot about that. His father was abusive, and that's why he didn't want a father cosign, because he was scared that he'd be like his father.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So you got it to be a much
In
better
other
father.
words,
Deep lore. Speaking
By
of
trying
lore,
not to be shit, he was utter shit of a father.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, you
yeah, Laura's gonna shout, "Let us through, or I'm opening fire."
like the guns go
God.
back up again, but Parasol shouts to you, "You're allowed through. We'll escort you."
Laura jumps out of the tank.
Yeah, as you start regathering.
I'm gonna pick up the hat of the motherfucker I used to beat the other motherfucker with, and offer it to him. To the guy who I...
Yeah, he just snatches it out of your hand and puts it back on. It's not actually a hat, it's a helmet. But takes his helmet back and shoves it back on.
He's like, what? And actually, interestingly, Fade is kind of confused by the fact that people are using these metal coverings on their bodies.
Do you come from an age where they didn't have helmets?
He came from,
actually, yes.
You came from the...
No, they had helmets.
They had helmets going back to Stone Age times, bronze helmets.
Bronze.
You literally,
the helmet is the oldest piece of armor.
The used helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they keep in mind that they weren't always metal. In fact, especially where he came from.
Okay, but it wouldn't be beyond logic to basically be like, these people have metal helmets. That's a natural progression from the weaker leather that I had.
This is something that he would have A, encountered over the years, and B, would be able to reasonably extrapolate from his own knowledge.
What really freaks him out is the ceramic-plated body armor that they wear.
Yeah, that would be kind of a new, interesting thing for you.
Yeah, the gas mask would probably be a bit spooky.
Yeah, the fact that all these people wear
you can't see the glass masks.
Yeah, you
gas
can't
masks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but even so, you'd probably be a little spooked because you've never heard of chemical warfare before.
Yeah, the fact that all their voices are fucking weird and stuff. That's kind of probably one of the reasons why Tabitha has kept you off the front lines is because the chemical warfare that's been used on the front lines now would actually just get around.
It would cause me to go back into Chrysalis in order to heal, which essentially is my a personal life bubble that is easily triggered by infection.
Basically anything that would kill you passively over time, rather than just instant murder sends you back into a chrysalis.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so
I'm at least 3 feet away. I'd like all of you to stand at least 3 feet away from me at all times.
Okay.
Yeah, you get some funny looks for that one.
Why?
Laura's not going to answer your question.
Renee, roll me a quick nose plus perception.
Okay, I can do that. 12.
12. Okay, so while you're kind of like, you've kind of gotten like close to the front and you're not really engaged in the conversation the same way the other characters are.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're all distracted with this conversation, you actually see a familiar figure like dash off down one of the hallways.
She's going to chase after this figure.
Okay, so
placing the bomb down and then running after.
Yeah, so
I'm glad you recognize that it is a bomb.
Yeah. So you lay the bomb down and like bolt after her, and meanwhile, Parasol basically like turns to the rest of you and says, "What exactly was your plan to deal with the Skullgirl?"
Kill it.
I wish you could see my face right now, because like this is exactly what Parasol's face is. She just like very slowly closes her eyes, takes a breath, opens her eyes again, and says, "Do you have any more details besides that?"
Same as the last
bomb
one.
that's right
Shoot
there.
it until it's dead.
As I recall, the last Skullgirl destroyed half a city, section before.
As I recall, the Blank Egrets did none of that, and I was pretty much most of what took her out.
Do you think you can do it again?
I can try.
Also, he's got some pretty resilient help this time.
I'd be careful if I were you. Don't underestimate the Skullgirl. She's a lot more dangerous than my egrets.
Oh, I have nothing to lose.
I
And
understand.
then she stares off in the distance.
Like, I just woke up a year ago, so that's news.
They're dangerous. Be careful.
Yes.
Like, keep your heads down. I'm not going to risk my men's lives protecting you if you make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
She looks at Doc. Doctor, do you need anything?
No, I'm here to help you, my dear.
We'll need your assistance on the front line when the second attack comes in. Your wizardry with medicine will be of invaluable service to keep my egrets alive.
She can't see it, but inside of his mask, he's very triggered by being associated with wizards.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I'm just imagining the, the whole, like, triggered text meme.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like the big triggered thing. I can just imagine that underneath, like the plague doctor from Darkest Dungeon.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's basically what's going on right now. No. So basically, what happens is, you guys like gather up your things. Who takes the bomb? Because you notice that there's the shell is just sitting there in the middle of the hallway right now.
Why the fuck?
Oh, I'd pick it up, and then I'd be looking for the tennis player.
You don't see her anywhere.
Motherfuck.
Meanwhile,
that damn child is going to get us killed one day.
Yeah, actually, does anyone say anything in response to that?
Nope.
That's why I gave you the biscuit.
So there, I think that's a perfect pause point. So we're going to take a 5-minute break and then come back in with Renee chasing the figure of Peacock deeper into the palace.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were here for them.
Yeah, technically you're actually here on a rescue mission more than a. Was that
murder mission?
Fade out.
Yeah, Patricia is Peacock. Just like pre-Peacock. Like when she's still an actual human child.
She still had a nickname of Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like back when she was still like human Patricia rather than like.
It's like Squiggly was. Yeah, it's like Squiggly had the nickname of Squiggly before she was killed. And had a noodle inside of her.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, basically none of you are close enough to Patricia to have her like ask you to call her Peacock, because that's more of a friend thing.
All right, I'm gonna go get something.
I can just imagine Renee didn't actually get told to call her Peacock. She just overheard like Etho and Marie use it, and then she's like, I'm going to be friends with her. I'm going to use that.
Absolutely. Okay, back in 5.